Jake Martinez wiped the sweat from his face as he walked through the rocky canyon. The sun was getting hot, and he had been working since early morning. He was checking the mining sites around New Haven Colony, looking for good places to dig, for metals and minerals. Jake was a big man with strong hands. He used to be a soldier, but now he worked construction on this far planet. New Haven was a small place with only 200 people. They came here to start a new life, far from Earth. As Jake climbed over some rocks, he heard a strange sound. It was like metal hitting stone. He stopped and listened. The sound came again from behind a large boulder. Jake walked around the rock and saw something that made him freeze. There was a crashed ship, but not like any human ship he had ever seen. It was silver and smooth, with strange curves. Smoke was coming from broken parts. What the hell? Jake said to himself. He had never seen an alien ship before. Nobody in New Haven had. Jake walked closer to the ship. There was a crack in the side, and he could see inside. His heart started, beating fast. Was there someone in there? Something in there? He got down on his knees and looked through the crack. Inside the ship, he saw her. It was a woman, but not human. Her skin was pale blue like winter sky. Her hair was silver and long. She was wearing clothes that looked like they were made from some kind of metal fabric. Blood was on her face and arms. She was not moving. Jake's first thought was to run, back to the colony and get help. But then he saw her chest move up and down. She was breathing. She was alive. "Hey," Jake called softly. "Can you hear me?" The alien woman did not respond. Jake could see she was hurt bad. There was blood coming from a cut on her head. Her left arm looked broken. Jake made a decision. He could not leave her here to die. He pulled at the crack in the ship until it was big enough for him to fit through. Inside the ship, everything was strange. The walls glowed with soft light. There were symbols he could not read. Jake knelt next to the alien woman. Up close, he could see her face was almost human, but different. Her ears were pointed. Her eyes, though closed, seemed larger than human eyes. "Okay, I'm going to help you," Jake said, even though she could not hear him. Jake was careful as he lifted her. She was lighter than he expected. Her skin felt warm, but different from human skin. Softer somehow. As he carried her out of the ship, Jake wondered if he was making a mistake. What if she was dangerous? What if she carried diseases that could kill humans? But looking at her peaceful face, Jake could not believe she was a threat. The walk back to New Haven took 2 hours. Jake's arms were tired, but he did not stop. The alien woman stayed unconscious the whole time. Sometimes she made small sounds, like she was dreaming. When Jake reached the colony's gates, people started pointing and shouting. Word spread fast in a small place like New Haven. Soon there was a crowd following Jake as he walked to the medical center. "What is that thing?" someone yelled. "Is it alive?" asked another person. "Jake, are you crazy?" called out Sam Wright, the colony's mechanic. Jake ignored them all. He pushed through the crowd and into the medical center. Dr. Lisa Barnes was waiting for him. She was a thin woman with gray hair who had been a doctor on Earth for 30 years. "Put her on the table," Dr. Barnes said, but Jake could see fear in her eyes. Jake laid the alien woman down gently. Under the bright lights, her blue skin seemed to glow. "I'm not treating that thing," Dr. Barnes said, stepping back. "We don't know what diseases it might carry. It could kill us all." "She's hurt," Jake said. "Look at her. She's just a person, like us." "That is not a person, Jake. That's an alien." More people crowded into the medical center. Pete Johnson, the colony administrator, pushed his way to the front. He was a nervous man who always worried about following rules. "Martinez, what have you done?" Pete asked. "We need to contact Earth Command right away." "Communications are down because of the solar storm," Jake said. "You know that. They'll be down for days." Jake looked at the alien woman on the table. Her breathing was getting weaker. "She's dying," he said. "Dr. Barnes, please, you became a doctor to help people. She needs help." Dr. Barnes looked at the alien woman for a long moment. She could see the intelligence in her face, even unconscious. This was not some animal. This was someone. Everyone out except Jake, Dr. Barnes said finally. I need room to work. Pete Johnson started to argue, but Dr. Barnes gave him a look that made him step back. If she dies, it's not my fault, Pete said as he left with the crowd. Dr. Barnes began examining the alien woman. Her body structure is very similar to humans, she told Jake. Heart, lungs, everything in almost the same places. Jake watched as Dr. Barnes cleaned the wounds and set the broken arm. The alien woman's blood was red like human blood, but it seemed to glow slightly. This is strange, Dr. Barnes said. Her blood seems to have healing properties. The smaller cuts are already starting to close. Jake stayed by the alien woman's side as Dr. Barnes worked. He felt responsible for her now. He had found her. He had brought her here. He would make sure she was safe. Why did you bring her here? Dr. Barnes asked as she wrapped bandages around the alien's arm. Jake thought about it. I couldn't leave her to die. That's not who I am. Even though she's not human, she's alive. She's hurt. That's enough. Dr. Barnes nodded. That's very human of you, Jake. Maybe that's what makes us special. The alien woman slept for 3 days. Jake came to check on her every few hours. He brought his meals to the medical center and ate them while watching her breathe. His wife, Amy, was not happy about this. You're spending more time with that alien than with your own family, she said. She has no one else, Jake replied. When she wakes up, she'll be scared and alone on a strange world. On the 3rd day, the alien woman opened her eyes. They were large and green like emeralds. She looked around the room, confused. When she saw Jake sitting next to her bed, she tried to sit up fast. Pain made her lie back down. It's okay, Jake said softly. You're safe. I found you in your crashed ship. This is a human colony called New Haven. The alien woman stared at him. She said something in a language Jake had never heard. It sounded like music. Jake pointed to himself. Jake, he said slowly. The alien woman watched his mouth as he spoke. She was clearly very intelligent. She pointed to herself and said something in her language that sounded like Zara. Zara? Jake asked. She nodded and smiled for the first time. It was a beautiful smile that made her whole face light up. Jake smiled back. Nice to meet you, Zara. Over the next few days, Zara learned to speak English very fast. She would point at things and Jake would tell her the words. Within a week, she could have simple conversations. Your people, she said to Jake one morning. They are afraid of me. Jake was sitting next to her bed eating breakfast. Some of them are. They don't understand. You're the first alien they've ever seen. Zara nodded. I understand fear. My people were afraid when we first saw humans from far away. Your people know about us? Jake asked, surprised. Yes. We watch from spaceships. We see how humans help each other, how you care for weak ones. We think maybe humans are good people. Dr. Barnes came into the room with medicine for Zara. She had been taking care of Zara for 2 weeks now and was getting used to her. How are you feeling today? Dr. Barnes asked. Much better, Zara said. Your medicine is good, but my people's medicine is different. Zara reached into a small bag she had saved from her ship. She pulled out a small blue bottle. This is healing. Water from my world, she said. Maybe it can help your people too. Dr. Barnes looked at the bottle carefully. What does it do? Helps body fix itself faster, stops sickness, makes people strong. Dr. Barnes was very interested. Would you let me study this? I promise to be careful. Zara smiled. Yes, you help me. I help you. Jake's wife Amy came to visit. That afternoon, she had been avoiding Zara since she arrived. Amy was a small woman with brown hair who worked in the colony school. Hello, Amy said quietly to Zara. Hello, Amy, Zara replied. Jake talks about you every day. He loves you very much. Amy looked surprised. She had expected Zara to be cold or strange, but Zara seemed warm and kind. Do you have family? Amy asked. Zara's smile became sad. No. My people. We choose to explore space alone. We give up family to see new worlds, but sometimes I wish I had family like Jake has. Amy felt something change in her heart. She could see that Zara was lonely. You can eat dinner with us tonight, Amy said, if you want to. Zara's eyes lit up. I would like that very much. That evening, Zara came to Jake and Amy's house. Their 8-year-old daughter, Emma, was there. Emma had been very curious about the alien woman. Are you really from another planet? Emma asked. Yes, Zara said, sitting down at the table. Very far from here. Would you like to see? Zara pulled out a small device from her pocket. She pressed it and a map of stars appeared in the air above the table. Emma gasped with wonder. This is your world, Zara said, pointing to a small yellow star. This is my world. She pointed to a blue star very far away. Wow, Emma said. How did you get here? In my ship. But it is broken now. Jake served dinner. It was simple food. Meat, vegetables, and bread. Zara ate slowly, trying each thing. This is good, she said. Different from my people's food, but good. What do your people eat? Amy asked. Mostly plants that grow in water, and fruits that taste like your… What do you call them? Apples. Emma laughed. That sounds weird but good. After dinner, Zara helped Emma with her homework. Zara was very smart and knew about math and science. You're a good teacher, Amy told Zara later. Emma learned more tonight than she usually does in a week. The next morning, there was a problem in the colony. The water cleaning system broke down. Without clean water, people would get sick. Sam Wright, the mechanic, was trying to fix it, but was having trouble. I don't understand this old system, Sam said. It's too complicated. Zara heard about the problem and came to help. May I look? She asked Sam. Sam was not sure, but he was desperate. I guess so. Zara looked at the water system for a few minutes. Then she started making changes. She used some parts from her ship and mixed them with human parts. Try it now, she said. Sam turned on the system. Not only did it work, but it worked better than before. The water was cleaner, and the system used less power. How did you do that? Sam asked, amazed. My people are good with machines that clean things, Zara said. We had to learn because space is dirty. Word spread quickly about how Zara had fixed the water system. People started to see her differently. She was not just a strange alien anymore. She was someone who could help. Pete Johnson, the administrator, came to talk to Zara. We need to discuss your situation, he said. Earth Command will want to know about you when communications are fixed. What will happen to me? Zara asked. I don't know. They might want to study you, or ask you about your people. Jake stepped forward. She's not going anywhere. She's helped us. She's part of our community now. She's an alien, Jake. There are rules about first contact. She's a person, Jake said firmly, and she chose to help us instead of trying to leave. That night, Zara sat with Jake and Amy on their porch looking at the stars. I could try to fix my ship, Zara said quietly. Try to go home. Do you want to? Amy asked. Zara was quiet for a long time. My ship's communication system still works. A little. I sent a message to my people yesterday. Jake and Amy looked worried. What did you tell them? Jake asked. I told them about humans, about how Jake saved me even though I was different, about how Dr. Barnes helped me even though she was scared, about how Amy welcomed me into her home, about how Emma wants to learn about stars. What did they say back? They said humans are more wonderful than they thought. They said if I want to stay with humans, they understand. Amy reached over and took Zara's hand. Do you want to stay? I have never had a family before, Zara said. But living with you, eating dinner together, helping Emma with homework, talking with Jake about work, this feels like family. Then you should stay, Jake said. If you want to. But what about Earth Command? Zara asked. We'll deal with that when the time comes, Amy said. Right now, you're part of our family, and families protect each other." Zara smiled, and for the first time since her ship crashed, she felt truly happy. The next week, Zara started teaching the colony children about science and the stars. She also worked with Dr. Barnes to create new medicines using her healing water. Slowly, more people in the colony accepted her. They saw that she was kind and helpful. They saw that she cared about their community. But Jake knew that when communications were restored, their peaceful life would change. Earth Command would come, and they would want answers. He just hoped they could protect Zara when that time came. 3 months after Zara came to New Haven, everything changed in one terrible morning. Jake was working on the new houses when Sam Wright came running from the communication center. His face was white with fear. "Jake, come quick," Sam shouted. "The long-distance sensors are working again. There are ships coming, big ships." Jake dropped his tools and ran after Sam. At the communication center, Pete Johnson was staring at the screen with his mouth open. "How many ships?" Jake asked. "5, Pete said. "They're huge, much bigger than any human ships." Zara was teaching Emma and other children about plants when Jake found her. He pulled her aside and told her about the ships. Zara's face went cold. "Show me the sensor readings," she said. At the communication center, Zara looked at the screen for only a few seconds before she stepped back in horror. "Devourers," she whispered. "What are devourers?" Jake asked. "The worst species in the galaxy. They eat everything. They destroy planets and make slaves of anyone who lives. They have been hunting me." "Hunting you? Why?" "I was a scout. I was watching Devourer movements when they found me. I ran, but they followed. Now they have found your colony too." Pete Johnson was shaking. "How long before they get here?" Zara looked at the numbers on the screen. 2 days, maybe 3. "We need to evacuate," Pete said. "Get everyone on the transport ships and leave." "Where would we go?" Jake asked. "Our ships are slow. They would catch us in space." "Then we fight," Sam said. "With what?" Pete asked. "We have mining equipment and hunting rifles. They have warships." Zara was quiet for a moment, thinking hard. Then she looked up. "There might be a way, but it is very dangerous." "Tell us," Jake said. "My ship still has some power. Not enough to fly, but enough to use the weapons once. The problem is someone has to be very close to the Devourer ships to make it work." "How close?" Jake asked. "Close enough to touch them." Everyone was quiet. That sounded like suicide. "There's something else," Zara said. "My people have medicine that can make humans stronger and faster, but it only works on some humans, and it might kill the ones it doesn't work on." Dr. Barnes had been listening. "What kind of medicine?" "It changes your blood, makes your body work better. But human bodies are different from mine. It might not be safe." Jake stepped forward. "I'll try it." "Jake." "No," Amy said. She had just arrived and heard the last part. "Someone has to," Jake said. "If those things are as bad as Zara says, we need every advantage we can get." "I'll try it too," Sam said. Soon, 10 people volunteered to take Zara's medicine. Dr. Barnes prepared them as best she could, but she was scared. "I don't know what this will do to you," she told them. Jake was the first to drink the blue liquid Zara prepared. It tasted like metal and electricity. For a moment, nothing happened. Then pain shot through his whole body. Jake fell to the ground, shaking. His heart beat so fast he thought it would explode. Amy held his hand while he fought the pain. After an hour, the pain stopped. Jake felt different, stronger. When he stood up, everything seemed clearer. He could hear sounds from far away. His hands moved faster than normal. "How do you feel?" Dr. Barnes asked. "Good," Jake said. "Really good. Out of the 10 volunteers, 6 survived the medicine. 2 died and 2 became very sick. But the 6 who survived were now much stronger and faster than normal humans." "I'm sorry," Zara said, crying for the people who died. "I didn't want anyone to die because of me." "It's not your fault," Jake said. They chose to help. Now we need to make their sacrifice count. The enhanced humans worked all day and night to prepare defenses. They dug holes and set up traps. They moved the explosive charges from the mining sites to create bombs. Zara worked on her ship trying to get the weapons ready, but she looked sadder each hour. "What's wrong?" Amy asked her. "To make the weapons work, someone has to stay on my ship when it fires. The person who stays will die." "Then we'll find another way," Amy said. "There is no other way. The weapons need someone to control them. I should be the one to do it." "No," Jake said when he heard this. "You're not dying for us. We'll find something else." But deep down, everyone knew the truth. If they wanted to stop the Devourers, someone would have to sacrifice their life. On the third day, the Devourer ships arrived. They were black and ugly, like giant insects. They filled the sky and blocked out the sun. The noise they made was terrible, like screaming metal. The first ship landed near the colony. Soldiers came out. They were not like any creature Jake had ever seen. They walked on 4 legs like animals but had arms like humans. Their faces were full of teeth and their eyes were red. "Stay hidden," Jake told the colonists. "Let them come to us." The Devourers walked through the colony looking for people. They carried weapons that shot fire and made holes in buildings. When the first group of Devourers reached the colony center, Jake and the other enhanced humans attacked. Jake was amazed at how fast and strong he had become. He could run faster than a car and jump over buildings. His punches could break through metal, but there were too many Devourers. For every one they killed, 2 more appeared. "We need to use the ship," Sam yelled as he fought 3 Devourers at once. "Not yet," Jake yelled back. "Wait for my signal." More Devourer ships landed. Soon the enhanced humans were surrounded. Normal colonists joined the fight with whatever weapons they had, but they were losing badly. "Now," Jake shouted. "Zara, now!" Zara ran toward her ship. Jake and Sam fought to keep the Devourers away from her. Amy and Emma were hidden in the underground tunnels with other families. Zara reached her ship and started the weapons. The whole ship began to glow with power. "Everyone get down," she yelled. But just as she was about to fire, a Devourer soldier jumped on the ship. It raised its weapon to shoot Zara. Jake saw what was happening. Without thinking, he ran and jumped onto the ship. He grabbed the Devourer and threw it away, but its weapon fired and hit the ship's power source. The ship began to shake. Sparks flew everywhere. "Jake, get off the ship," Zara yelled. "It's going to explode." "Not without you," Jake said. He grabbed Zara and jumped off the ship just as it exploded. The explosion destroyed 2 Devourer ships and killed hundreds of their soldiers. But one ship survived, and it began to fly away. Jake and Zara landed hard on the ground. Both were hurt, badly from the explosion. But they had saved the colony. As the last Devourer ship disappeared into space, Jake knew their troubles were not over. The surviving ship would go back and bring more Devourers. But for now, they had won. And they had won together. After the explosion, Jake and Zara lay on the ground, both badly hurt. Jake's leg was broken, and Zara had burns on her arms and face. But they were alive. Dr. Barnes ran to help them. "We need to get you both to the medical center," she said. "The Buo colonists," Jake said, trying to sit up. "Are they safe?" "Most of them," Dr. Barnes said sadly. "We lost 12 people in the fight, but we saved over 100. Sam Wright helped carry Jake and Zara to the medical center. The building was damaged from the battle, but it still worked. As Dr. Barnes treated their wounds, Pete Johnson came with bad news. "The surviving Devourer ship got away," he said. "It will go back and tell others about us. They'll come back with more ships." Zara was very weak, but she spoke. "How long do we have?" "Maybe a few months," Pete said. "Maybe less. Then we need to be ready," Jake said. But Zara shook her head. "There's another way. Something my people can do, but it's dangerous for me." "What do you mean?" Amy asked. She had been sitting next to Jake's bed, holding his hand. "My people have a ritual. We can share life force with someone we consider family. If Jake agrees, I can give him some of my life, energy. It will heal both of us faster, but we will be connected forever. Connected how? Jake asked. Part of me will become part of you will become part of me. We will be family in the deepest way possible. But if one of us dies, the other might die too. Amy looked scared. That sounds dangerous. It is, Zara said. But it's the only way I can heal fast enough to help defend the colony. My ship's computer has information about devourer weaknesses. If I can access it, I can teach you how to fight them better. Jake looked at Amy. What do you think? Amy was quiet for a long time. Then she said, If it helps save our people, then do it. But I want to be part of it too. Amy, no, Jake said. It's too dangerous. Zara is already part of our family, Amy said. If you two are going to be connected, then I want to be connected too. We're all in this together. Zara smiled weakly. The ritual can include more than 2 people, but it makes it more dangerous. I don't care, Amy said. We're family. We stay together. That night, Zara performed the ritual. Jake, Amy, and Zara sat in a circle holding hands. Zara spoke words in her language while a soft blue light surrounded them. Jake felt something warm enter his body. It was like drinking sunlight. He could feel Zara's thoughts mixing with his own. He could feel Amy's love surrounding both of them. When the light faded, all 3 of them were changed. Jake's broken leg was healed. Zara's burns were gone. And they could feel each other's emotions. How do you feel? Dr. Barnes asked. Different, Jake said. But good different. Like we're really one family now, Amy added. Zara was able to access her ship's computer the next day. She found valuable information about devourer weaknesses and battle tactics. They don't like bright lights, she told the colonists, and their ships have weak spots here and here. She showed them diagrams. More importantly, Zara continued, they always come back to places they've attacked. It's their nature. But if we can destroy their main ship, the others will retreat. The colonists spent the next 2 months preparing. They built better defenses and weapons. Jake's enhanced abilities had grown stronger since the ritual, and he trained others to fight. Emma, now 9 years old, learned to speak Zara's language perfectly. She helped translate technical information and became very good at understanding alien technology. You're like a little genius, Zara told Emma one day. I learned from the best teacher, Emma replied, hugging Zara. When the Devourers returned, they brought 20 ships instead of 5. The sky was black with their vessels, but the colonists were ready. They had built light weapons that hurt the Devourers. They had dug tunnels and traps. Most importantly, they knew how to work together. The battle lasted 3 days. Jake led the enhanced humans in attacks on Devourer ground forces. Sam and other mechanics used modified mining equipment as weapons. Dr. Barnes treated wounded fighters while also throwing explosive medicines at enemies. Amy and other colonists protected the children in underground shelters, but they also helped by sending supplies and information to the fighters. Zara used her knowledge to predict Devourer tactics. Because of the ritual, she could communicate with Jake and Amy without speaking, even when they were far apart. On the 3rd day, Jake found a way into the main Devourer ship. It was huge and dark inside, full of strange machines and cages holding prisoners from other worlds. Free the prisoners, Zara's voice said in his mind. They will help us fight. Jake broke open the cages. Inside were creatures from many different planets. All had been hurt by the Devourers, and all wanted revenge. Together, Jake and the freed prisoners fought their way to the ship's control room. The Devourer commander was there, a huge creature with 6 arms and red eyes. The fight was hard. The commander was strong and fast, but Jake had help from the other prisoners, and he had the enhanced abilities from Zara's medicine and the ritual. When Jake finally defeated the commander and destroyed the ship's controls, all the Devourer ships began to retreat. Without their leader, they were lost and confused. The colonists had won. 2 weeks later, Earth Command ships finally arrived. Captain Tony Clark of the Earth Defense Ship Guardian was surprised by what he found. "This colony has advanced technology we've never seen," he told Jake, "and you've successfully fought off a major alien threat." "We had help," Jake said, putting his arm around Zara. Captain Clark looked at Zara with interest. "You're the alien we heard about. Command wants to study you and your technology." "She's not going anywhere," Amy said firmly. "She's our family. I understand your attachment," Captain Clark said. "But this is bigger than your personal feelings. This could help all of humanity." Pete Johnson, who had been quiet during the meeting, finally spoke up. "Captain, with respect, Zara chose to stay and help us. She's earned the right to decide her own future." All the colonists gathered in the town center. Emma stood next to Zara and spoke in both English and Zara's language. "Zara is our teacher, our friend, and our family," Emma said. "She saved our lives. We won't let anyone take her away." Captain Clark looked around at all the faces. These people had been through war together. They had become something stronger than just a human colony. "All right," he said finally. "She can stay. But I want to establish a permanent Earth Command presence here. This colony could become important for future alien relations." 5 years later, New Haven had become the most important colony in human space. Jake was the head of security, training people to fight alien threats. Amy ran a school that taught both human and alien children. Emma, now 14, was the best translator in the galaxy, and Zara had found something she never had before: a real family. Every evening they gathered for dinner in their home. Sometimes other families joined them. Sometimes alien visitors came to learn about human-alien cooperation. "Do you ever miss your home world?" Emma asked Zara one night. Zara looked around the table at Jake, Amy, Emma, and the other children they had adopted over the years. "This is my home," she said. "This is my family. I am exactly where I belong."